What is this? I was gonna say, hello in TV land. It's the your boy Freelancer Joe, ready to once again get cracking. As you can see, we are off to a wonderful and fantastic start. Can you believe it? This thing dared to block out my image? As if it's important enough to block me out. As if anything is important enough to block me out. Oh. Double checking the mute there, making sure we're recording, hopefully. There have been times where it's not been muted, but it still hasn't actually correctly recorded. Well, hit and miss, live and learn. Not that there's anything to learn if I can't figure out how it does it, so, Anyway, how y'all doing? Oh boy. Yep. I was going to say how y'all doing, but first I was going to comment on how hot I am, because I am so particularly jacked right now, because, yes, I did my workout. Training. I went on a whole spiel yesterday about why I say training instead of working out. Now I'm bouncing back and forth between you and me, which I guess is the difficulty of trying to pretend that we're having a conversation. Alright, focus, Joe. Focus. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? I swear it feels like much later than that. Much later than that. I can't tell what it is. Is it my body adjusting back to a normal diet? Is it my body adjusting to the training? Is it my body complaining that I didn't get enough sleep last night, even though I only went to bed like 30 minutes late? Is it my body complaining because today's Wednesday? Yeah. So I resumed going to work on last Thursday, and we had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So now it's 7 days in a row, whereas my body is used to only doing 4.5 days in a row. But that's binary thinking. It might not just be any one thing. It could be any combination of those things, or even better, it could be any one thing that broke the proverbial. I do have problems with the consonants with B's in it, don't I? Proverbial, distributable, proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. And maybe it could be any mixture of those things, with these two things, and this is one thing that breaks the back, or maybe it's these three things and this one thing that breaks the back. Who knows? Well, on the plus side, once everything resumes and I get back in the groove of things, then it will just be the normal tiredness, at least until I get later on into the training schedule, like at the 5 to 6 week mark when the injuries start piling up. Not necessarily injuries so much as warning signs. Hopefully it's just warning signs. At least I noticed the past 2 times that at the very beginning something makes a warning sign and I have to bear with it through the entire training period. And this time it's the right knee. So I got to be careful about that. Wednesday, right? Halloween. Happy Halloween to, well, those of you who, I wouldn't necessarily say celebrate it. I mean, I know there are some that would celebrate it, and not that I wish ill will, but yeah, I don't mind pagan rituals all that much, but well, okay, so you got Halloween, but then you have All Saints Day. So All Saints Day is cool. Kind of interesting, though. Day of Remembrance and all that. Okay, that's cool, but I'm not sure where I want to go with this. If I don't filter out probably the thoughts that are going through my head, I might say something that... Yeah, alright, we'll just leave it at that. If you're not sure how something's going to be perceived when you say it, you probably shouldn't say it, especially if you don't know who's going to hear. But hey, it's a day for candy, and that's always good. Not that I can do it, because again, my diet. So I'll have to postpone my personal Halloween until Friday. Yeah, that'll be fun and interesting. All right, I am really stalling and dragging here. While I'm stalling and dragging, let me go ahead and win a copy and minimize stuff and start things up. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wednesday. Hump Day. Do we consider Halloween no. When do we consider, well, I know the stores start putting up Christmas decorations around Halloween, which I don't mind. I know a lot of people don't like it, because it screams of crash commercialism. Fun little note, in the Philippines, they officially start the countdown to Christmas 100 days out in September. So, maybe some aspects of Filipino culture that I don't dig, but I definitely dig that one, because I love Christmas. Even though, technically speaking, Easter is the more important Christian holiday. I know. But there's just something about Christmas. The cold weather, the decorations, the build up to it. Yeah, there isn't, well, I mean, I guess, yeah, that's true. So I guess the build up to Easter, of course, is Lent, and that whole thing is giving up things up until Easter, whereas in Christmas, and you're not giving anything up. Maybe that's probably why I like it so much. I mean, I'm sure for a lot of people it's all the gifts and stuff, but Freelancer Joe did receive good things for Christmas growing up, but not uh, not quite like his contemporaries. Still way more than the vast majority of humans have ever experienced, children have ever experienced growing up. So I'm not complaining, but uh, it wasn't the gifts for me that made Christmas so wonderful. They were the icing on the cake, so to speak. Whether it was the decorations, the special food, having the time off from school, the cold weather, the music, it's all good stuff. All good stuff. All right, but when I'm talking about Christmas already, when I should have gotten like a Halloween something or other. If I wasn't doing these things, these episodes, like, where? Oh, there we go. If I wasn't doing these episodes, on such a short turnaround, I would actually do something with the background. CD projects. Something spooky, or I would have something spooky on. Unless we were the sidebar template. I believe the sidebar template. As you can see, Freelancer Joe has not done anything useful as far as his freelancer activities since the camera stopped rolling yesterday. Maybe that's part of why I'm just dragging so much. There is that whole, if your mind is constantly working, then the time flies and you don't realize it, and time doesn't drag. But yeah, Freelancer Joe didn't do anything useful yesterday after the camera stopped rolling. Had a wonderful bit of luck playing Destiny 2, though. And actually, that kind of gave me like a gamer's high. It kind of kept me smiling through the rest of the morning, even though I was dragging. So what happened? Let me see. So yesterday was the weekly reset for Destiny 2. And, alright, let's double check the warnings. I'm pretty certain nothing's changed. So one thing they patched. Oh no, okay, alright. So I have 3 characters, and in order to get the second subclass, I need to do events in the blind well, which I haven't really done. So I started on my Titan. I jumped into the blind well. Nobody was there, so I did some other things, and then I switched to my Hunter. I jumped on the blind well. No warnings on home. That's good. No warnings on view. That's good. And no warnings on V3. Okay. I really do feel like I've done this before. Alright, let's close that out. Hunter, there were people there, did 2 level 3 heroics completions of the blind well, so at least I got the powerful gear, but no drop. For the Seed of Light, which unlocks my second subclass. Switch to the Warlock. Somebody there, cleared 1, nothing, cleared 2, got my Seed of Light. Which is actually, I don't want to say unfortunate, because I do eventually want to, let's build the distributable. I do want to unlock all the subclasses for all my characters, but the thing is, of all my characters, I had picked one subclass for each of them. The one that I unlocked for my Warlock, I actually liked, the Radiant Wall one. But for my Titan, I did the Striker, the missile, which, I mean, it's good, but it's not my thing. And then for the Hunter, I did the Spectral Blades one, which is kind of iffy. I really wanted to get the Blade Barrage because everybody's using the Blade Barrage for Hunter. But anyway, so at least I got that unlocked. But that's just one thing that went good. And then, of course, when I was going through each of the characters, I did 1 round of Gambit. That's because they have the double XP going on. And so, but they also raise the appearance rate of the Chimera if you want to start the Malfeasance exotic quest. Didn't see it for the Titan. Didn't see it for the Hunter. The Warlock. Yes, the Warlock. That second round, that Chimera popped up, and despite the best efforts of the invader from the opposing team, and he was really trying, we finished off the Chimera, so I got the Malfeasance, the start of the Malfeasance quest. Alright, so the distributable built, and I know, yeah, I'm pretty certain I did this yesterday, but we'll double check just in case. So we'll copy the saw sheet over. So that's 2 things for my Warlock, right? I got the Seed of Light, and oh yeah, I decided to unlock the Chaos Reach one. No, not there. Source. I'm in Source Style. That's what I wanted. If I was a big Gambit player, I would have gone with the Nova Bomb one, because that thing's just ridiculous. I've gotten killed by that so many times in the Crucible. But if I'm hanging around in the Crucible, it's just to try and get a weapon, not just to win. So whatever. So we'll go with Chaos Reach because that has good DPS potential. That's damage per second potential for you non-gamers. That means how much damage you cause to an enemy combatant per second. And that's very important when you're dealing with bosses who have very large health pools. Firefox, select. So as we can see, the style is still good. Double check the warnings. Web developer, web console. That's just 2 things. A third thing happened that was really good. So this is the last week of Festival of the Lost, and the one triumph I had left was clearing out, getting past branch 7. View 2, view 3, and okay, so that's good. Let's start up Chrome. So I was kind of hoping that my buddies would be online last weekend, because running with randos through the maze hadn't been working out. I've been averaging, let's say, level 5, branch 5, branch 6. Just hadn't been working. But my buddies didn't log on, and there's no way they're going to finish if they log on this week. So there's no point in them going into the forest. So I matched with randos again, and this time, cleared level 9, which was awesome. And we are going to have the one warning for the image. Yep, okay, that's good. Let's double check home. Double navigation, nothing. View 1, nothing. View 2, nothing. View 3, nothing. And actually, we got kind of lucky for the 9 because, well, 1, I screwed up. I got a little too aggressive with my jumping, and it's awfully dark in the haunted forest. Let's just say I jumped off of something I shouldn't have jumped off of. And, but we beat the level 8 nightmare boss with 5 seconds left, and that got us into branch 9, which was good. Alright, so my distributable looks good, so let's go ahead and, am I committed? Well, let's go ahead and, let's change this log level back to, debug 1. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure that we're committed. Committed to the cause. Is the background task running again? Get status. Get status. Get status. Get status. Okay, it's just that. I must have committed it with the. Huh. Well, actually, now I'm curious about that. What's different? We can double check what's different by going to here. What is different? So it's just the log level, is it? Oh, okay. So I committed the log level when it was in Warren only. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and commit this. Now I'm on this back in debug. Because in theory, if I use this as the baseline for some other work, I'm going to want the debugs back on until I'm ready to finish. Debug logging. Get push. That's pushed. Alright. No, it's not pushed. Alright. So I think that's good. Let's go ahead and look at Git just to be sure. I mean, it's been pretty consistent, but you know, I really now, even though mess that up. Now I did have to modify my approach to how I was going through the forest. So I went with the horror story as well as the rampant lion. And what was this? This was sidebar, right? Double check. Let's see, the tickle finger, super, but and a grenade launcher for power. I think I clicked on that. I did click on that, right? And instead of running the Ophidian aspects, I switched to, I believe, Empowering Rift and the Lunafaction boots. My approach was, okay, I had the Fighting Lion and my Wing Terror chicken head mask, so I was just flying around raining down grenades, at least when my super wasn't up and there wasn't a mob. And then when that was the case, I would just tickle finger them. But then, why is this so slow? Are you doing something in the background? And then when it came to the nightmares, the bosses, I would just, as soon as we spawned in, I would pop the rift and just unload with the grenade launcher. And that worked really well. Now, I really should have gotten the name of those guys that I was running with so I could give them a shout out, because they were pretty good. Yeah, I think they actually had more kills than me too. My kills were more valuable though, I would say. But the only knock I would have against them, I think, is because they seemed very reserved as far as their. Interesting enough, they were reserved with their super usage. They weren't. I don't recall them ever. Like maybe they only popped their super like once or twice. I know definitely once at the last boss, the level 9 boss. Why is this so slow? I don't know. Is something going on? Something weird's going on here. This is taking a little too long. Did I lose focus? Windows, escape. Okay, we did lose focus. That was strange. Double check that. But yeah, I should have gotten their names so I could catch them out. And interestingly enough, they weren't running like sleepers, sleeper stimulants or rocket launchers. I mean, it looked like they were just like shooting the nightmares and shooting the nightmares and throwing grenades at them. So I don't know if they were optimally set up. But I can't complain because I cleared that 9, baby, and that's all I needed. And we're checked in, and source, there I go. Okay, it looks like we are all checked in. Let's see if I remember one thing I changed. View container. Let's look at view container. Make sure it has that check on that history push. Yep, history location. Okay, so that's solid. Let's close up. Alright, we'll leave up Chrome for now. This is my local one. We don't need that. We're checked in, so let's go ahead and log out of this. And now let's go ahead and deploy my distributable. Oh, Halloween. So I'm sure you're asking, well, Freelancer Joe, what candy are you giving out? I'm not giving out candy. Okay, yeah, Amazon. Yeah, I've never given out candy as long as I've lived on my own. Normally, well, mostly because I go to bed early. 1, and 2. I mean, if I have candy lying around after Halloween's over, I mean, I'm gonna eat it. So you got to buy enough candy to make sure that you have enough to give out, and then you have excess when it's left over, and that's just a bad combination for me. Plus the fact that, yeah, I go to bed early, so I'd have to stay up late. Yeah. I mean, you could always do the, what is it, leave a basket out, but to be honest, we're actually starting to get problems with people stealing like packages, like Amazon deliveries. So, I mean, it's actually gotten so bad now that, sidebar, they're going to install lockers specifically for Amazon deliveries. So, yeah. And then what else did we have? We had, let me see, was there A gain? And then I think there was a vehicle fire at some point, like somebody abandoned a car and then torched it. So that's been fairly recently, all of that too, like within the last year or so. And I've been here since 2013, so it's kind of odd. Not kind of odd, but you gotta wonder what's happened. All right, what are we uploading? We're okay, these 4. Yeah. Like in the other templates. I don't need to upload an image. And, oh yeah, it's the 31st. So hopefully this will be the last upload. And I don't have to, starting tomorrow, my, markers get reset. Oh, what's the word? Not markers, so Amazon keeps track of your activity, my activity usage. Yes, my AWS usage gets reset. Alright, so we're all uploaded. Supposedly we're uploaded, so then the way to check is we go to my website, Freelancer Joe, freelancer.com. And then we go to my portfolio, sidebar, and alright, the style looks good. And let's take a look to see what the console is saying. It shouldn't say anything other than that first one. I still think that's weird why that comes up. Chrome is smart enough not to display it, which is very weird. So let's go double navigation, nothing. View 1, nothing. View 2, nothing. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm pretty certain now. So if I'm pretty certain, why am I doing it again? Well, the times that you fail the most and the hardest are when you're absolutely certain, so that's why I do that. That's actually really the only reason why I do it. And also, it's just good practice to consistently double check your work. You never know when something's going to slip by you. Now, in theory, I could set up automated UI testing. I forgot what the last one, not that I used, but I know they're out there, which basically simulates clicks and mouse moves. But correctly setting up those tests, I mean, it's the same reason why I don't do unit tests. Well, no, actually, it has as part of it the same reason I don't do unit tests. It's one, I mean, I'm too close to it to really anticipate all those things, so I should go through and use them all. And two, and more importantly, those type of tests, those actually are really best suited for full-time testers. Because they're going to catch those issues that I, as somebody who's too close to the code, really wouldn't. I mean, they would have caught that hire me error, right? That my unit test would not have caught. Similarly, I mean, it's entirely possible I would not have, if I was doing a UI scripted test, would not have been able to catch it. All right, no. Need to go to my portfolio, side, Okay. I was just checking the spacing. Sidebar. Style looks good. More tools. Developer. I hope I'm not too far away from the mic. Missing that. That's fine. Clear that. V3. Nothing. Now I'm doing it in reverse. View 2. Nothing. View 1. Nothing. View home, nothing. Let's go back to view 2 and do a double navigation just to mix things up. All right. So now all of my templates are cleaned up and the warnings are gone. My website is updated, has no warnings, and is linked to all my active templates. I have my email contact form. Things are looking good. I might have to spend some time off camera to figure out what my next step is. Or I could just wait until tomorrow's episode to figure out what to do next. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling in the morning, or even right after this. Hard to say. But anyway, we are just about at the 30-minute mark, so I am going to wrap this up for now. And not just because I would like to get back into Destiny 2, or because I'm also really hungry from training, but those play very important reasons. Anyway, cool kid words about liking and subscribing, commenting and suggesting, and hope you have a wonderful Halloween, or wonderful rest of the day / night whenever you do watch this, and I hope you don't get sick from eating all that candy, and I hope until the next time you join me, and then I hope you do join me, I hope that you take care, and God bless.